WB getting bought by Netflix might or might not happen. We don't know yet, but it's going to be $82.7 billion dollars, and it's going to close quarter 3 of 2026. So we have months into 2026 before any of this actually happens. Let's take a look at the actual details of what's happening. So the new details on the Netflix acquisition of Warner Brothers are claim they will continue theatrical releases for films. So whatever films they've got slated, they will continue to do them, and they will continue to do them even after the acquisition. Netflix will keep HBO Max around while also periodically adding WB HBO content to Netflix. I wonder how long HBO will sit around before it's dissolved. I mean, how long did Hulu sit around before it got dissolved into Disney? A couple years? Because next year it dissolves into Disney. They'll do the same with HBO. There's only going to be a couple of streaming services out there, and they're probably all going to cost like $50 a month. Deal will not close until quarter 3 2026 after Warner Brothers has split its networks into separate companies. Now, what did the Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos? He made a statement on buying Warner Brothers. What did he have to say? Our mission has always been to entertain the world by combining Warner Bros. Incredible library and shows and movies and make more money. What are you talking about? From timeless classics like Casablanca and raise the rates of Netflix, of course, Casablanca and Citizen Kane to modern favorites like Harry Potter and Friends. With Friends is modern. Friends is old. With our culture defining titles like Stranger Things, K pop Demon Hunters, and Squid Game, we'll be able to do that even better. Together, we can give audiences more of what they love and help define the new century of storytelling and streaming and getting content to people's houses where they want to be anyway. They want to be safe in their home watching a video or movie or whatever show instead of going to a theater that costs an arm and a leg to go to. I mean, really, the whole theater experience is overblown. Being at home with your family and watching a show, that's what people want. Netflix teases that Warner Brothers' theoretical release windows will evolve to become shorter. My pushback has been mostly in the fact of the long exclusive windows, which we don't really think are that consumer friendly. They're not. They haven't been. You know, as soon as a new movie comes out, you got to wait 45 days before it's just gone. And then there's like there used to be a window of time to put those onto VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray. Now those things are kind of the thing of the past, and we have to wait for them to come straight to streaming. We have to wait like these months afterwards for absolutely no reason. They could push them out as soon as they get done being at the theater. Now with Netflix getting Warner Brothers, we might get them directly after they get done being in the theaters. And that window of 45 days might close to 30. That'd be fantastic. And if you still want to go to the theater, well, you got 30 days. Sorry, there's a lot of information on this right now. Let's go over to this one. This is all of the IP. I just did a video on this. This is all of the IP, and they didn't put AEW streaming rights either, which is the wrestling. This is a huge thing because Netflix has the streaming rights to Raw on Netflix. They now, because of WB, have the streaming rights to AEW. AEW is not on here. So they've got both. They've cornered the market on wrestling. So this is the major IP movies and companies that Netflix will acquire if they successfully buy Warner Brothers. They got Friends, Oceans, Gremlins, Evil Dead, Mad Max, The Matrix, Beetlejuice, DC Comics, Adult Swim, Tom and Jerry, The Jetsons, Casablanca, Harry Potter, Citizen Kane, The Goonies, Scooby-Doo, Rick and Morty, Johnny Bravo, Looney Tunes, The Hangover, The Conjuring, all of the Conjurings, The Sopranos, Robot Chicken, Mortal Kombat, HBO Max, Smiling Friends, The Flintstones, The Boondocks, Adventure Time, Sex and the City, Final Destination, Cartoon Network, Game of Thrones, Singing in the Rain, The Powerpuff Girls, A Clockwork Orange, The Big Bang Theory, Minecraft, Film Rights, Courage the Cowardly Dog, TCM, Turner Classic Movies, The Wizard of Oz Original Film, Dune 3, Only Distribution Rights, The Lord of the Rings, Film Rights, every TT game made, Lego game, Monsterverse, Only Distribution Rights, WB Games, including TT Games, Neverwhelm, and Rocksteady. They get all of that for $82.7 billion. And all of these are going to be going straight to your home. if this goes through Q3 2026. Finally, Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos previously said that people want to watch movies at home rather than in theaters. What is the consumer trying to tell us? That they'd like to watch movies at home, thank you. The studios, and the theaters are duking it out over trying to preserve this 45-day window that is completely out of step with the consumer experience of just loving a movie. And after the first couple of weeks, that disappears anyway. All the hype's gone. Nobody really wants to go watch a movie that's been sitting there for a month and a half, unless it's anime. We love anime. And let's check out this. The actual interview from Variety. That's the co-CEO, Ted Sarandos. Have you destroyed Hollywood? Have you destroyed Hollywood? No, we're saving Hollywood, the Netflix co-CEO replied with a smile. I guess this was on Wednesday, engaged in a brief discussion. Netflix is a very consumer-focused company. We really do care that we deliver the program to you in a way you want to watch it. Yeah, at home. Using the struggling global box office as an example, Sarandos says, what does that say? What is the consumer trying to tell us? That they'd like to watch movies at home, thank you. The studios and the theaters are duking it out. Okay, we just read that. Netflix is not entirely removed from the movie theater business, as the company owns Los Angeles Bay Theater and New York's Paris Theater, which Sarandos says Netflix saved from becoming a Walgreens. We didn't save it to save the theater business. We saved it to save the theater experience. And I love this because Netflix isn't trying to take away the theater experience at all, or completely. They want to give you the theater experience for 30 days. Why is it 45 days? The 45 days is absolutely insane. 30 days, boom. If you want to watch it, if you don't, it's now in your house. There is no time. I don't think there should be a time in between anyway. Boom, it's in your house by streams. Netflix is smart for doing this. There's no downside to this. This is only upside. The only downside is that we're going to be paying more for Netflix. Probably like $50 a month is what I'm thinking. Netflix also gives limited theatrical releases to films seeking award qualifications, such as 2022's Knives Out sequel, Glass Onion, which was fantastic, and 2024's Emilia Perez. We have these bespoke releases. We have to do some qualifications for the Oscars. They have to run for a little bit. It helps with the press cycle a little bit, but I've tried to encourage every director we work with to focus on the consumer, focus on the fans, make a movie that they love, and they will reward you. That's facts. How many people were like, oh, K-pop Demon Hunters is so cool. Let's go get Netflix. Everybody's talking about Squid Game. Let's go get Netflix. Everybody talking about Stranger Things. Let's go get Netflix. Everybody talking about Wednesday. Let's go get Netflix. Everybody's talking about One Piece. Let's go get Netflix. Everybody's talking about the Cobra Kai. Let's go get Netflix. Breaking Bad was on Netflix. Let's go get Netflix. I mean, there's just so many things that bring people to get more Netflix subscriptions, and that's their model. Get everybody on the world watching Netflix, and then they make billions and billions of dollars. They take some of that money, they make their stuff, and now they're getting WB, which means that we don't have to keep paying multiple different apps. We're going to be just paying one app, a lot of money, but it's better than paying multiple different apps. It's kind of like back, you remember when you had cable? Cable started getting more and more expensive because it's ridiculous. And then all these apps started coming out. They're all cheap, and you start getting these apps. You're like, oh, we don't need cable anymore, so you get rid of cable. Well, apps are becoming the new cable. Except they're trying to consolidate them all into one place. Like, the Dish Network or what was the other one? DirecTV, Dish Network. They were always fighting each other. And they were like, oh, we can give you cheaper rates. We're going to give you the cheaper rates. You don't have to do that anymore. You've got apps. Sarandos also noted that we're in a period of transition, saying, folks grew up thinking I want to make movies on a gigantic screen and have strangers watch them and to have them play in the theater for 2 months and people cry and sold out shows. It's an outdated concept. Asked specifically of the desire of filmmakers wanting to make movies for movie theaters for the communal experience is an outdated idea, Sarandos says, I think it is. For most people, not for everybody. If you're fortunate to live enough in Manhattan and you can walk to a multiplex and see a movie, that's fantastic. Most of the country cannot. That's facts. Sarandos insisted that he loves movie theaters, but of course their decline does not bother him. Instead, he said he would be bothered if people stop making great movies. He warned Hollywood not to get trapped behind wanting audiences to see movies in theaters because that's how the film industry wants audiences to watch them. Instead, for the sake of the entertainment business, Hollywood should adapt to the way in which audiences want to watch movies, Sarandos argued. Yes, yes, make shows again for television. Make shows again that are movie quality for television. And I think they've been doing this. Like if you look at the Alien Earth was fantastic. Every one of those episodes was movie quality, and it was fantastic. But you also don't have to do that. Look at It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's hilarious. Not movie quality, but quality good enough for television. It's all about what genre you want to give the audience, and it's fantastic. Elsewhere in the 15-minute chat, Sarandos touched on whether Donald Trump's economic policies benefit Netflix. It remains to be seen. And whether he prefer his next job to be running Saturday Night Live or Disney SNL. Sarandos answered quickly but said, I have no idea, when asked who should replace Bob Iger. Oh, is this guy looking for Bob Iger's job at Disney? Wrapping up the discussion, Jacobs brought up a 2010 quote from the CEO of Time Warner, Jeff Bewkes, who dismissed Netflix as a viable competitor in the entertainment landscape. It's a little bit like, is the Albanian army going to take over the world? He told the New York Times in an interview. Asked how he would reply to Bewkes in 2025, Sarandos quipped, I would say it in Albanian if I could. Listen, WB is most likely going to get bought by Netflix. They won the war. And there's going to be a lot of government intervention because guess what? The government owns stocks in WB. They own stocks in Disney. They own stocks in everybody that's been trying to purchase this. They own stocks. So they're going to try to halt this process as much as they can. Don't think this is over yet. Do not think this is over yet. Because people are going to be pissed that their stocks are going to go down. All the congressmen are going to get involved in this, okay? They're going to be like, this is monopolizing, which it is. This is a monopoly. But they're all going to get involved. It was just like when Funimation was getting bought or buying Crunchyroll. They were like, oh, it's a monopoly. They're going to do the same stuff now. Don't think this is over. These people are just getting started because their money's going to start to hurt. Or if they got money in Netflix, their money's going to start to go up. But unless, so they're going to be real either pissed off or happy about this. And you're going to see the war in Congress. This has nothing to do with these companies anymore because they don't care how much those companies charge us. They'll let them charge us whatever they want to. They care if their stocks are going up or down. They don't care about you. But what do you guys think about Netflix buying WB? I can't wait, to be honest, because I want to get all my stuff in just one place and at home. I could care less about going to the theater. I love spending time with my kids at my house in front of my television. That is fantastic. Let me know in the comments.